Yeah, should be fine. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to. Oh, no, I can hear my mic still. Echoing a little bit. Good evening, and welcome to ATA's GP2 Division. This is a brand new league, completely fresh and ready to start for round one of the season. We're here, Australia, obviously the perfect place to start in a brand new era of Formula One cars. My name is Leon Mr. Michaels, and with me I have a David Tomlin commentating. Actually, I think he may have done it before, but anyway, it's Craig Senna. So good evening to you, Craig, and I've been looking forward to this all day. Should be quite a spectacle.
Yeah, good evening, Michael. I've been really looking forward to this. See how GP2 goes, and I'm hoping this is going to be a very good, exciting, and close season. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, at the moment, we only have one driver on track, which is Frantique. He's in the Force India for this season. Nice new pink livery car. And Craig, is there anybody else on track, or is it just one person at the moment?
Yeah, it's just Frantic going around the Force India at the moment. No one
we are still in Q1. That's the reason why he hasn't retired. So that is the thing. There's something that I needed to mention. We do have a full qualifying in this league. So it's the Q1, Q2, Q3. We're currently in Q1, but because we have only 15 drivers here tonight, basically Q1 is meaningless, so everyone should retire. So Frantique is returning to the box, and I'm sure he'll be messaged by the owner. So, Craig, obviously we were meant to do an introduction show. We actually might do that at some point. It will be on the YouTube channel at some point, maybe this weekend, where we'll give a full rundown, an in-depth look at the drivers. But a first look at the drivers on, especially tonight. Any drivers that sort of stick out for you?
It's a bit hard because I don't know some of the guys' pace, but when we did some practice before, I was very impressed with Aware Giant from the Sauber. I'm sure Patrick, Gravedigger, and Skyline will be up there. Of course, I'm going to be rooted on Mad Croc as a team owner of Red Bull, but I think there's a good few people that could be challenging for this title. It's just all going to be down to consistency.
Indeed, and what team would you see as constructors champions? My immediate attention looks at Ferrari, Haas possibly. Williams has only got one driver here tonight, HLG RX-7. McLaren only has one driver, Flood Lions. Both Mercedes are quite interesting. They're both exciting new drivers into the league itself. Is there any teams that look strong?
I think Haas could be the favourite with Skyline and Patrick because they're very good at consistently scoring points. I also agree with you with Ferrari could be strong. I know Fabricio is good to the Mercedes. Don't really know much about Brooklyn Gamer, but for my favourite, I'm going to go for Haas.
Yes, definitely. Two very consistent drivers. We are still waiting on Frantique to retire. I hope he gets a message quite soon, because we've still got 12 minutes of Q1 left. That is the slight problem, or the slight issue when you do run full qualifying and you have less than 16, because everyone has to retire. But I'm sure he will momentarily. I believe it is just him.
Yeah, I think everybody else is retired. It's just I think Frank is the new boy here, so hopefully Skyline has messaged him to tell him that he has to retire, because I'm sure everybody is keenly waiting to get into Q2 and start doing a lap.
Yes. I mean, this is the thing. He could have gone somewhere or something. I mean, there's nothing we can do at the moment. We just wait for 11 minutes potentially. We're trying to send me a message.
Well, hopefully we don't have to wait for 11 minutes, because I'm eager to get this season underway, and hopefully he is going to retire really soon, so we can get this Q2 underway.
Interesting message from Exor Mansell.
What's that?
Saying no invite to race, question mark. Mansell, you're in F1.
Yeah, earlier Patrick said if you've got any spaces for tonight, I'll drive. And I had to say to him, you're racing tonight, F1's tomorrow, not today. So a couple of drivers, if you're getting confused on which days they're actually racing.
Frantic has retired, but we're still waiting on one more, I believe, is Bad Brucio. Again,
Yeah,
we're just waiting on that.
He did send me a message saying, is everybody left? And I just said they'll have to retire. So. And there we go.
There we go. There we go. Eventually. So there's Q1. Obviously the slight issue there, but yeah, everybody's through into Q2 where the action will properly start. So hopefully we have. I mean, 15 is still very, very decent. I mean, we have actually left someone that is the Salma of Aware Giant, so I'm going to try and get him in sharpish because he is in my team. So
yeah, I did see him leave a bit earlier, but hopefully he'll be back. I don't know if he
And I can't invite him.
Instead of retiring. Oh.
I can't invite him, so I'm afraid I think that'll be it. Unless you can join game personally. Right, so here we go into Q2. So if anybody who is unfamiliar with this format, really should be familiar. Just in case you've never done a Q1, Q2, Q3, or you haven't watched F1 in real life. Basically, the top 10 fastest times go through into the final session, which decides first to 10th. Basically, wherever you qualify in Q2 outside the top 10, that's where you start on the grid. Also, benefits whatever tyres they choose will be the tyre that they start on. So, if this was you, Craig, if you were in a Q2 tomorrow, I would presume you would be. But if you was in Q2 tomorrow, what tyres would you start on?
I'm going to be starting on the Ultras. I'm going to try and plan to do a 2-stop tomorrow. I see somebody to try and do a 1-stop, but I would rather have track position. We would not want to risk starting on the super softs and starting in the mid-pack and being involved in a turn 1 or lap 1 collision. I'd rather qualify the fastest time and make sure I'm definitely in the top 10 anyway, because it could be a risk qualifying on the top 10 on the super softs, because I feel like a lot of these people are going to be very close in times. So.
Yes, certainly indeed. And certainly the first few drivers have come out on the Ultra Soft, I was going to say pink, they're purple, on the purple tyres. These tyres, obviously new to F1. Actually, were they in 2016?
No, it's the super softs and the soft, because I remember qualifying on the softs in the last game, and it was the super softs that were the quickest tyre.
Yeah, so from everyone which I can see, it is going on the Ultra Soft tyre. I should quickly check the race director just to make sure. Actually, no, we've got both Ferraris gone on the Super Softs, as has Atarashi, and actually some of the Renault of Gamerlad, he spun it into the wall on his outlap. He's got to be careful he doesn't damage his front wheel getting people's way, and there was a Ferrari there and a Mercedes. So interesting start to Gamerlad there. Brooklyn Gamers on an outlap. Jonas has started one.
Maybe some of these people do feel confident they can get in the top 10 on the super softs, or they just want to get a bank grid. Oh, my teammate goes off before the last corner. Not a good start to see from my Red Bull guys.
Now, obviously, a few drivers were in the first inaugural season of ATA. ATA, by the way, is Attack the Apex. That's what the 3 letters stand for. And yeah, we had an inaugural season on the F1 2016 game, which Joel was one of the drivers part of that season. We only had one division at the time. And he was a driver that started off very, very shakily, if shakily is even a word. He started off the season on minus points because we do have a penalty system which deducts points if you do silly driving. He started on minus 30 points. We gave him another chance, and he's actually got a lot better, managed to get into positive points, as he sets the benchmark for 126, which is smashed by HLG on a 24.8. What? That is that's a good time. Very, very good time.
Oh, bad bridges left.
Yeah, this is definitely a slight issue. We'll get them back in. Mansell, it's tomorrow. Not tonight. Jesus. I've told him like, what, 3 or 4 times now? Read the messages.
I'm sure he should get the message because I think he realises none of us are racing. I'm sure he'll realise that we're racing tomorrow.
So HLG setting the first benchmark of a 124.8, I believe it was. Actually, no, Master Krog has just beaten it with a 124.5, so that's one of your drivers there.
Yep, I'm impressed with that so far.
So obviously the initial phase is to make sure you get into Q3, which is the top 10. So just getting your lap down. Brooklyn Gamer is finishing his lap. And it doesn't actually come up with what time you get, but he's 3.5 seconds off the current leader, which is Master Krog still in the Red Bull.
Patrick's just scored 4 for Arturasi's now left, okay.
Arturasi's now left. I hope they get back in. This is a slight issue with Gamer Lad has actually also retired.
Did he crash?
I think he may have done. DNF terminal damage. Yes, he has retired from the qualifying. So that's unfortunate to see. Obviously, if you crash, then that is it, pretty much.
Fabricio's just messaged me saying he's having bad internet trouble. He's gonna have to miss the race. His connection's jumping up and down too much, so sadly he won't be able to race.
That is a shame. Let's see about Atarashi, obviously Sauber driver. At the moment, I don't have any drivers in the race, so this is a great start for Sauber.
And it's a great start for Red Bull because they're the quickest guys on the timesheet so far. So I could not be any happier.
The annoying thing is I can't invite people either, so. It always floodlines just spun it at the end of turn 3. Spin up the tyres, get back on. Well, it's an unfortunate start for these drivers if they can't get back in. I hope they do. Obviously, as IGT Skyline, the owner of this league, in the Haas, team owner of Haas, but never mind as well, just finishes his lap. I believe that must have been an out lap, so he's going to start his one. He's on the super softs again, so he must feel confident. Whoa, sideways through turn 1 and 2 there. A little bit of traction problems going through there as he goes down into turn 3.
And we just have Frantique go pole on a 24.001, nearly in the 123s.
It's not a bad time there by Frantique, very good.
And part-time's retired.
Don't think that must be terminal, or is that terminal damage? It is!
Oh.
Wow. There goes Frantique with 124.001. Was on the ultra softs as well, so that was sort of like the benchmark time I was looking at with these guys. As Ryan goes through the fast left and right. I did a track guide a couple of days ago that is on the YouTube channel for this league, which is ATA Racing. That's capital ATA, capital R, lowercase West of Racing. Obviously subscribe and you'll see all these streams on YouTube and various other things as well as my track guides throughout the season. As Ryan is finishing his lap, he's currently P9, and he goes third, 6/10 behind on the super soft, so he does have genuine pace. He gets through to the top 10 on the super softs, that's a big advantage.
Well, to be honest, I think he'll be alright because, you know, a couple of people have left and a couple of people have crashed out, so I think that's easily going to get him safely in the top 10.
It should indeed. Now, I hope it isn't connection troubles. I hope there are genuine reasons for these drivers. Even, I mean, Babucho has said, Atarashi as well. Aware Giant has had actual problems before we even started, so bit of a problem, but we still have more than 10 drivers, which is good. As Exor Gravedigger, I think, is on a lap at the moment on the Ultra Softs.
Yeah, he is.
Currently 11th in times yet. He hasn't set one. Oh, is a little bit wide for the fast left and right. Looks interesting so far. Now, the only other thing with spectating in this game, I mean, obviously the major positive is we can see turn 1 very, very clearly when the race starts. We don't have to retire on the track, which is always a problem. But the downside is we don't get to see the weather forecast. So it could be raining in the race, we have no idea. As Gravedigger is going to finish his lap. Goes P5, 1.4 behind on the Ultras, so decent lap. I think he'd won a little bit better with 5 minutes to go, but he's safe for the moment.
Well, the guys in 9th and 10th have already done a lap time. They've done like 150s. Bart's only done a 132. The problem is a lot of people are invalidating their lap times.
Yeah, I think Patrick might possibly be one of those. And he goes on in the Ultra Softs. I mean, already his teammate, I think, is safely through into the top 10 on the Super Softs.
Well,
so, Ryan, Scott, go on.
At the moment, they're all going to be in the top 10 because the other people at the bottom crashed out or lagged out. So the top 10, they're going to be the top 10 in the Q3. Doesn't matter what they do now.
Okay then.
Because you've got part-time and Gamer Lad that crashed out, and you've got Atarashi and Babrishi that lagged out. So there's no way that top 10's going to change. So they could just stay in the pits now and get ready for Q3.
As long as they don't crash.
Yeah. As long as
they crash, then. Oh, and Floodlines, there we go, 23-7.
Wow, very good.
McLaren Honda on pole.
He was a guy that impressed me last season, Floodlines. He did have some good pace, and he was getting better every race, so I'm not surprised he's up there, to be honest.
Now Joran, got 2.9 seconds behind the leader, 3.5 minutes to go. As Bart is now left as well. What is going on as Joran? There's lots of turn 1 and 2. Please don't tell me there's terminal damage. Oh, he's a lucky boy. That is that is very, very lucky indeed. His entire front wing is gone, and somehow he's got all 4 tyres running. He is incredibly lucky he didn't crash out there. Blimey, that was very, very close. Lucky he gets through unscathed. So, God knows what the top 10 is going to be, or Q3 is going to be like. Keep on dropping out. It's not great to see.
No, it's not a good start to the season.
Right, let's have a current look at the race director. So, yeah, as you said, everybody outside the top 10 has either crashed or lagged out.
Do we even know how long we've got left?
There is 2 minutes and 17 to be exact left.
See, as I can see, most people are in the garage now. I think most of them must know they're going to be in the top 10 whatever happens, so...
And as I said, I can't invite people, which is weird, because it was on...
Was it on Friends Only?
I'm actually not sure. I think actually Ryan put it on, yeah, it was on Friends Only.
Well, hopefully the people in the game should be able to. She should be able to invite them from the game now.
And unfortunately I can't for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, so... Whoa! And Patrick just spot out of the penultimate corner and lets his teammate go through. That's a very exuberant back onto the track again. I think
I'm surprised they're trying to push it that hard really when they know they're going to be qualified. They must know.
I think it's just getting some extra practice in, to be honest. I think that's most of what these guys are doing. 50 seconds to go in the session. Ryan has gone on the ultras. So he's changed his strategy a little bit. Because he would have been safe on the super soft. Maybe he wants to get an early run in on these ultras ready for Q3.
Might be a good idea, but if he crashes, he won't be able to compete in Q3.
Indeed, that is obviously the slight downside. Is it to me, or is it... Are there clouds building up? There's a big black cloud to the right as we're on board of Ryan.
Oh, the sun still looks like it's out. Sun's out
Might possibly get a chance of rain maybe in Q3, potentially, as qualifying is now over. So effectively we will have our top 10. But I think that might actually be only 9 in the session, as Ryan does actually go into the pits.
Well, let's just hope we don't lose any more drivers then. I think we're only going to have 11 or 12 for the race the way it's going.
I think it's 12 we have at the moment. So Patrick is currently trying to bounce to pits. I believe he's run out of fuel actually, Patrick, so... Unfortunate for part-time, because I think he would have been one of those into Q3, but unfortunately he crashed out, and that's what it is in qualifying. It would have happened in qualifying even if you had it on short. But that's what it is, and now he's got to spectate Q3 like the rest of us as Patrick goes back in. He's the last one to get into the garage. So obviously it hasn't gone smoothly.
No.
But we'll have a race in our hands, and I hope you keep an eye out for that. Right, so let us have a look, and I'll try and guess. So Floodlines finished in the session in first place with a great lap in the 23s. Let's see if anybody else can get into the 23s. Frantique will be there, Master Grog in third. Skyline initially set his time on the super softs, so he's got a little bit more pace behind him. Let's see if he can challenge for pole position. HLD got through as well. Brooklyn Gamer in the Mercedes, XL Grade Digger, Joran, but I believe lagged out, unfortunately. Patrick's there, part-time crashed, and Gamerlag crashed, so currently we do have 11 left with us. So there you go, there is the qualifying, or qualifying 2, so we'll have qualifying 3 to go. And yes, we will have 11, unfortunately. We did start out with 15. Yes, we did. I mean, the lag in general in the lobby is okay. I think unfortunately it's just general issues that the individual they're having at the moment, like internet issues or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a lobby issue. I just think it's just like, yeah, like I said, it's people's own internet connections having problems.
I mean, Papuccio has already sent me a message saying unfortunately his own internet's having trouble, so we will see him in China, hopefully. Should be next week, but here is going to be Q3. So now with this league as well, you get a point for positions. So who is going to get the first point to start off the season?
Well, Floodlight is good. He's the only one with 23s, but I think Skyline could challenge because he did a good lap time on the Super Softs, and you know that find quite a bit more time on the Ultra Softs. But I wouldn't count out Fatigue or Makiva, so it's gonna be interesting.
I definitely think Skyline's also got some pace. I mean, setting that lap on the Super Softs, which Super Softs and Ultras, I mean, how much time would you say is between the two?
Probably at least 6 or 7 attempts, surely, between the Super Softs and the Ultras. I'd say. I wouldn't say it's a second. I'd say at least 6 or 7 tenths.
So I believe with the clouds were sort of building up in Q2, but they seem to have gone away. So it looks like a completely dry, clear, sunny session for Q3. 12 minutes, I believe, is the time for these guys to set.
Well, we want it to be dry anyway, because we want to see the full pace of all these drivers. So.
Indeed, we do. Welcome to the 2 viewers that we have currently in the stream. Obviously, the race will go onto YouTube, and now also after this race is finished. So everyone who's watching it right now on YouTube, whatever time you watch it, hello. And yeah, so got a long season ahead of us. 20 races, I believe it is.
Yeah, 20 races.
20 races, potentially 24, because we will have a vote by around round 15 in the season whether to have more tracks added on. Actually, no, it would be more like halfway, so people don't gauge whether they could win the season and just like end it early. We will have a vote with all the drivers to see whether they want to do the short tracks as well, which could be quite interesting actually to see. 50-second laps on most of the tracks.
I mean, it'd be a bit good of fun. Maybe we might have to do 2 of them in one night, but it's a nice little addition. It mixes things up.
Indeed. I mean, there is some short tracks that if you pitted when you're at the back, you could even be lapped. They're that short, it's ridiculous. But Joran is on a lap right now in the Toro Rosso, as we've seen him before. Definitely got some genuine pace. Oh, taps the warning outside there. Didn't get any damage, fortunately, like what he did in Q2. And obviously, it might be a little bit wary going through turn 1 and turn 2. Especially when it comes forward to the race. Nice little yellow helmet that he's got. Works quite well with the Taurus. I believe he's got number 12 in his car, which is a good thing with this game. You can have your own personal number and your own sort of personal helmet until someone has chosen the exact same one, which is annoying. But John is going to finish his lap now. He's going to be the first one to set a lap in Q3. What is it going to be? It is a 26.2. That's definitely not the fastest we've seen, so let's see what else other people can do. HRG's going to finish one. IG Skyline 23.8.
That's really good. It's only a tenth for Floodlight's best.
Yeah, very good. Floodlights is on a lap right now. A little bit skittish. Master Quad 23.5.
Get in there. Come on, that's the quickest we've seen so far.
Definitely. We I don't think we're going to see a 22 by any of these guys. HLG's retired.
Oh dear, is he crashed? He's got a crash.
Is that terminal damage? That is indeed terminal damage from HLG. That his qualifying is over.
Oh, we're down to 8. They drop out like flies.
Right, let's see what Flood Lions can do. So they've been a little bit skittish this lap, if skittish is the word, but he's going to open up the DRS using that McLaren Honda engine, and he goes P3. He's half a second down. He's lost some time from Q2, or maybe a good lap.
Gravedigger's 4th on a 24.3.
Brooklyn Gamer, completely new to the league, is a P5 in the Mercedes on a good lap. John's back into the pits on another set of tyres. Patrick is yet to set a time. So currently, Master Krog, your Red Bull driver, currently on pole position.
I'm very happy. If he can stay there, it'll be a great start for my team. Hopefully we can keep it up, but I feel like Floodlines, Skyline, I think even Frantic are going to be also going to threaten to take that pole. I think we could see, an early 23 pole.
Right, possibly. What times are you expecting when we get to the F1 division tomorrow? It's got to be 22s, possibly 21s.
Probably see like 21s, but it's definitely 22 is what I've seen so far. Well, I know I've been setting 22s anyway, so yeah, it's going to be 22s for tomorrow. But these guys are not that far off though. So,
No, they're not at all. Oh, Gravedigger! No, Gravedigger was. I think he may have been on a good lap, but he's just run out of fuel on the way to the line.
And he was as well.
That is really cruel. And obviously he's got a whole lap at 70 miles an hour, more or less, to get round. That is going to waste time. I think he'll get back in time, but he's going to be rushing to get out, and that's not what you want in qualifying. You want to be as calm as you want. You don't want to be, rushing out in your out lap, because then you're not in the right mood to set it.
That's a shame. Would have got back to third. It was 3 tenths up on his best time, so it's such a shame.
It's one of those things with this, isn't it? Fuel on this game is quite a big factor, isn't it? Tracks like Baku, Baku especially, is going to be, you're going to have to fuel save quite a lot.
Yeah, the problem is, back in the last game, you could put like 5 kilos the least amount of fuel for qualifying. Now I've got to put about 6 or 7 to make sure I at least do 1 lap, or have 7 to make sure I can do 2. Yeah, the fuel is much harder to save this year, because especially if you do run out of fuel, and especially a track like Belgium or a really long track, you're not going to get back in time to do another run.
No, indeed. I mean, if we had it on a short qualifying would be open in 12 minutes. I mean, it does fly by. On a long track, as you say, you only get 2 runs at the best. You can't make any mistakes.
No, qualifying is much more critical this time, like you said. You make one mistake, you cut a corner, your track extends. That could put you right at the back or in the middle of the pack. So you've got to get that first banker lap in and then go for all in the second run.
So Patrick is just finishing the lap. He's in the Haas. Teammate to Ryan, can he get anywhere close? He's 9 tenths away from pole. That's a decent lap. Goes P5. Oh, and it goes sideways through turn 1 and 2. Just keeping it together, but that's a solid lap into the top 5. Definitely more from Joran at the moment. He's currently P7.
Yeah, I'm sure he could go quicker. He was quicker when we did a practice race. I'm worried that Gravedigger's not going to get back in time.
Right, so let's see with Joran. I believe this possibly might be an out lap. See what happens. Yeah, it was an out lap, so he's now starting his. That's where he crashed in Q2, and he was very, very cautious through there. Wasn't on the power straight away. Let's go down into Q3, turn 3, and he does. Oh, he goes wide. That's this lap gone, I think, as well. The nerves are getting to Joran. He showed a bit of pace in Q2, but it's the nerves of Q3.
Oh wow, Skyline is on a really good lap here. This could be pole position.
So is it personal best?
He's personal best. He's 4 tenths up on his best time. He's gone 2 tenths quicker than he has in the first and the second sector. He's about 4 tenths up.
Well, that's
would be like a 23-4
pole. You're medium traction, I think he is. I think he is indeed. He's coming up to the line. This is going to be pole. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Oh.
Like 84 hundredths, he hasn't done it. He must have lost a lot of time in that last sector. He must have made a massive mistake somewhere. And
he was 2 tenths down on his best in the last sector.
Blimey. Well, Master Krog is on another one. Floodlines has just started. Ryan, I don't know whether he's going to get enough time slowly,
it.
so that's him done. He's got that close to pole. Ridiculous. Joran, I believe, yeah, he finished his lap. It wasn't quicker because of that mistake. Frantique, now we know he's got some pace. Currently P8, 2.9 off. Might be on the end of a lap. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, he's got a better lap at the moment, definitely.
Right, well, he's just started another one. He made a corner cut on it. Minute and a half to go. Right, so who's going to start? Who's going to finish their lap first? It's going to be Master Krog.
Oh,
Obviously,
come on.
So obviously Ryan has set his challenge, and unfortunately it wasn't enough by just. But can Master Krog extend the Frantique bloodlines?
I think this is his out lap.
Yes, it is. So he's still got a minute to go. His Floodline's gonna go. Oh, he goes within 2 tenths. He goes third. Or he stays third. Goes within 2 tenths.
This is so close.
Is there. Right, Joran is finishing another lap. Come on, I know he's got more pace than what he has shown at the moment. Let's see what he goes. What he does. He goes to P6. He's 1.2 off. I think he might.
Come on, yes, Master Krog is a 10th truck on his best in the first sector. Come on, Master Krog.
Frantique again is going to finish his lap. This is probably going to be his last lap. He's got 20 seconds to go. He may not have any fuel left, or the tyres really. So let's see what he does. Oh, he goes second. 0.011.
Oh wow! Master Krog is on a better lap here. This could be a 23-3 the way things are going at the moment.
Yeah, and he's going to be the next one. Qualifying is over, so this is it. And it's so close at the moment, but if Master Krog, I think its nearest challenge is going to be Floodlines, really.
Oh,
slow on this pit straight. Britain Gamer gets out of the way. 23-1. There he goes.
Well
he extends the gap.
Yes. Great lap.
Floodlines goes second. Floodlines goes second right at the death. Is that it? I believe it is. Well, we had a slow start to this session, and the slight disappointments with the lagging out and the shortened grid. But what a race we could potentially have! So close between the end. I mean, obviously we'll see the times.
Floodlines and Skyline is separated by less than a 10. They're both done a 23.3. That is so tight.
Indeed, and Frantique is up there, obviously new to the league.
Yeah, he's done very well.
Yeah, coming back into the pits. He'll be happy with P4, I believe.
The way it's looking, the top 4 are going to look like the favourites to challenge for the victory today.
Well, Frantique is going to take the start-finish line. It's not a lap. He was going quite slow. And indeed, he finishes off. So, pole position and the point for pole position will go to Master Krog in the Red Bull. And as you can see, 4 tenths covering the top 4. And then a bit of a gap to Gravedigger, who ends up 5th, Patrick 6th, Joran 7th, Brooklyn Gamer in 8th, HLG, unfortunately, I think he could have got the top 5, but he crashed out in qualifying, so he would start 9th. But Master Krog there on a 23-1. Interesting, competitive.
Well, could not start any better for Red Bull. I'm absolutely
I'm not
really
jealous
happy
at all.
about that.
I've got no drivers left. They've both lagged out, and you've got a driver on pole.
Well, like I said, can't start any better. Sadly, the other guy isn't there, but already Red Bull are leading the constructors with the 1 point on the pole position. So
it's the little things that count.
Oh yes. Even better if he puts it into a win.
So we do have 11 drivers, which is unfortunate, but circumstances that are out of our control.
So, Michael, what
So
strategy would you use for the race? Like,
I don't think I. I'm also not inclined to tell you. You're going to be racing quite near me, I think, in tomorrow's race.
yeah,
I would say, I mean, a one stop you can do around this track, but you're going to have to be very careful on your tyre wear. I mean, as I said in my track guide, it's a 2-stop will be the norm, so you wouldn't have to worry about tyre wear and you can push really hard. I'd say if you're outside the top 10 and on sets a fresh set of tyres, you could do the 1-stop and probably get quite a lot out of it. I mean, the Ultra Softs, they're fast. They are very fast. They are qualifying tyre. But they don't last very long. And if you've done multiple laps just to get through to Q2, then obviously that will hamper you in the first stint, and then you'll have to sort of adjust.
yeah, I've realised in practice when you get to about 6, 7, 8 laps, they start going off, like, time-wise, you start losing quite a bit of time, so... For me, 2-stop be good, if you time it right, try and do as many laps as possible you can on the super softs, and then I go back on the ultras at the end and just go for it. But if you're very good at tyre wear and you can keep those times and you think you can do a 1-stop, then I'll stick with a 1-stopper. So it's all about tyre wear.
Now obviously the only person that got through to Q3 on the super sauce was IDD Skyline. And he's obviously starting P3 in this race. But we are going to be ready to start the ATA racing season, season 2. And lights out and away they go. There's a Haas that has completely stopped, that hasn't got going. A migrating host, as Ryan lagged out, I believe he has. Yes, he has. And there's a few cars going wide into the first corner. So McLaren leading. And that is a unfortunate start for the Haas. For the Haas driver, is completely left. Patrick hasn't even got going.
Patrick's been disqualified.
Yeah, he hasn't even moved. And Part-Time has lost a front wing. And John has left.
Oh, no, it's mad.
HOT is left. They're restarting.
They've got to restart, surely.
I think they're restarting.
After all that, I'm kind of glad because we'll have to be 1-shot qualified, surely.
Yeah, they are going to do that. So, well, gonna have to bear with this. We're in with a long haul by the looks of it. I don't know what happened, but Ryan left the session. I don't know whether he left purposely or maybe they went without Patrick, because Patrick was not moving on the grids when they got going.
Yeah, he must have not got back in time unless... Surely they haven't got the lights glitch on this game as well. So, I don't know. Some of them are still racing around, so I don't know what exactly is going on.
No, they're definitely all leaving, because you can... Yeah, we're definitely going to be going for a restart.
So,
which is unfortunate to see.
So, if somebody gets pole position on the 1-shot, do they get that point now, or is it still with Master Croc, or...?
Master Krog will get the point, but whoever gets pole on the 1-shot will get the point as well. If Master Krog gets both, then he gets 2 points.
Okay, that's even better then.
Effectively. Oh no, actually, I think if he... I can't remember exactly how Skyline did it in last season. I think if the original pole sitter got it, then he didn't get the point, but if someone else did, then they did, or something. Master Cross definitely got the point, that's for sure, from the first session. Do not worry about that.
That's good. Well, we apologise, guys. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer for the start of this first Grand Prix of the season.
It's a shame, because that qualifying was very good. I mean, very close for the top 5, but obviously we've got to wait now.
I'm kind of glad there was a restart, because Master Krog went on the grass and lost a few places.
Or just because one of your drivers made a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, a good thing also, I guess, those that did lag out get another shot, and we'll see what happens.
Well,
Maybe
like I
they're
said,
going
it
to
gives
select a different
LG a
host.
chance who crashed out, so...
And we have got an invite to the session, so bear with us, guys. We're going to start this again. It's happened before on many games beforehand, and it will probably keep on happening.
Well, we've all had that experience in all kind of leagues, so it's not the first time this has happened.
Of course. We've already been going 45 minutes. Whoop whoop.
It felt like 45 minutes, to be honest.
HLG's invited me to a party. You must know I'm streaming still. Right, bear with me.
And the good news is
Right.
that you've got a Sauber back in your race now.
Right, invite me back to this party, please. I'm gonna see
we'll
what
do.
HLG wants.
Yeah.
Yes. That was Gamer Lad. So we started on the shot called one shot. Right, gonna get this started back up. I'm still streaming. Already have.
What did HLG have to say?
Just HQ was inviting me to the party, explaining to me what's going on. Well, basically, Patrick was not there when the race started, and Gamer Lad readied up. That's why they restarted.
Alright. Well, goodness for you, you have now 2 Sauber drivers.
Yeah, because they both turned back up.
But the good news is we're actually going to have more people back in the race if they stay in this time, so it will make it more interesting.
I just sent Gamer Lad a message saying to please not ready up until they say. Trick is now back, so we're just getting everybody back into the lobby, and hopefully we can start again. It's going to be one shot qualifying.
That's going to be fun commentating on.
So that's the good thing with spectating, you can actually see who readied up.
Can you?
Yeah. But yeah, so it's going to be one-shot qualifying for this. This has happened in many leagues before. So it's weird to spectate as well, so it's quite interesting.
Just gonna have to keep looking at race director and keep seeing my names going up and down and see where everybody is.
Well, hopefully the grid will be more or less the same.
But we are going to have drivers in there that didn't qualify, and they could threaten pole position as well. You know, one of your salvage drivers could.
Indeed, indeed.
I swear
I got confirmation.
Oh yeah.
I got confirmation from IGG Skyline that the point for pole position will go to Master Krog no matter what happens in this lobby.
Alright, that's good. You know, the interesting thing is, they've kept the dynamics, and now it could be a wet race when it was going to be a dry race in the first
It
place.
could indeed, yes, it could indeed.
Or we could have a one-shot wet qualifier with a dry race. So anything could happen now.
Right, so let's hope we don't have many issues with this. We've already been going 52 minutes.
Yeah, let's hope we get a race this time.
Indeed, but yeah, so one-shot qualifying, which means we've got to stick to race director. It's not the best to spectate, but I will stick with one driver and we'll see where this one driver ends up. That's the best way you can do it.
Yeah, we'll try and keep you up to date as best we can to see where everybody is.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, or make sure you understand, the Master Quad does keep the point and nobody gets a point for this pole position.
I'm so scared he's not going to get pole and he's going to get a validated lap. I'm kind of worried now.
Indeed, so invalidated lap times are going to be a killer in this. That was quite interesting. We're going to stick with Aturashi. Let's keep with that.
Everybody's on ultras except for one person who's started on the super soft, so that is rated, I think. Yes.
Indeed, so that's good. Oh, Aturashi, very late braking, and wow, that's going to be his qualifying.
And the wedge height has left again. There's definitely something wrong with his connection issues.
Yes, it is. Current leader is Frantique. Master Krog, I'm afraid, is quite far down.
Just what I was dreading. Fantastic.
Well, he's still got some genuine pace, so he's still got
an
the race.
invalidated lap time. He can't do it. He's already got invalidated lap time, so
Oh,
that's
God.
his qualified over. From going to pole,
That's the problem with it.
right at the back and changed everything. Not really updating to me, so you have to stay in the same position, so I don't know who is.
Yeah, Floodlines is there. Skyline's a bit tired, so that's him done. But Floodlines is currently in the lead. It's a scruffy lap, but he's getting it done. Master Krog is also retired. There's been a lot of invalidated lap times, so this is going to be a mixed up grid. Floodlines gets it with 23.7. Part-time was disqualified, yeah. Yes, all the ones disqualified on the screen
Well,
are
apparently
basically ones that
Floodlines
invalidated.
is second on my screen.
Or he's second.
Pascal Verline is
Goes-
top. Oh no. We've got a glitch where you're
because we're
driving
giant
left and
lagged
he's...
out.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay, so just completely ignore Pascal Verline because... oh, Jesus Christ. So Floodlines be on pole, Frantique second, Patrick third, HLG, Grey Digger, Join, Atarashi, and all those that got disqualified got invalidated lap time. So this race could be all over the place, actually.
I think this is going to be interesting now because some of the guys that are up there are going to be starting at the back, so we could see a lot of overtaking.
Where did Pascal Verline get 20.5?
I know, even I'm very impressed with that. I don't think anybody would hit that.
I mean, obviously it's not the best one-shot qualifying. We didn't want to do it, but we need to set a grid and get this race underway. Hopefully we can get this, and it is completely chucking it down.
Oh, that's what I said as well.
I'm
wow,
done.
This is really going to mix this up. So we have the safety car, right, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I have a feeling we could see the safety car in this race at some point. I can see somebody crashing out with the safety car coming out.
So we're trying to join up, but I think that is a bit too late for the session. I don't think he's going to be able to start. So full wet race. So I need to put the first attempt of this race to one side. I mean, it was an exciting qualifying session by the end of it, but we're now in completely new territory. This is completely chuck any tyre strategy that you had. This is different now.
And the thing is, as you said, if we don't know what the weather is, we don't know if the rain is actually going to stop, or is it going to rain for the whole race. So this is going to be a very interesting race now. It's going to be mixed weather, or it's just going to be raining, and people probably not had a lot of practice in the wet as well. So it's going to be a new territory for a lot of these people.
In some ways, I didn't really want to go first. You know, I kind of wanted the F1 division to go first, so they understand quite a few things, and then sort of tell us, you know, you don't know what the weather is like various other things, but
this could be good information for us though, because they could tell us what it's like in the rain if it rains on our league.
Well, do you know what it's like?
I don't.
It's a completely different track in the rain, as I said in my track guide. I mean, 127s, 128s in the dry, full wets, which pretty much this is. Well, it is full wets. 140s we're talking about. So
oh wow!
Again, we could be in a lot. Well, 140s, but maybe 130s. But thank God it's not Singapore, because Singapore in full wets is like 2 minutes a lap. So.
Oh wow. Well, fingers crossed, hopefully everybody is going to be ready when they're already ready up on the grid. We don't want anybody not getting off the line again.
Well, nobody is, and Ryan is readying up, so that is what's meant to happen. So, again, all these drivers were told the rules before they started by Ryan. I said he would, well, he said he would, so Ryan's readied up. That's how it's meant to go. That's how it will go in the F1 division tomorrow. Make sure everyone knows before you start. So let's hope we have a clean race. Not many issues.
Let's hope.
I've already lost a Sauber driver. But let's see what we have poised to go. And lights out and away they go. And it's a cautious start from HLG from fourth. Have a look into the first corner.
Frantique's got it.
Absolutely, the spray's up there. Floodlines goes wide, and the McLaren is through.
Oh, I thought he lost it there. He's sliding everywhere.
Yellow flags there. Floodline still keeps in the lead. He's got a Force India behind him, and a Frantique who goes wide. Gravedigger's on the outside. There's a Haas that's gone wide into the gravel. I think that was Patrick. There's Sauber Vatarashi coming through the field. I mean, this. You've got to be so cautious. Just be careful,
there's somebody
guys.
else off as well. Oh, God. I don't know who that was, but somebody just went off on the grass.
Let's have a look. Fast part times in the walls. He's at the back, as is HLG. Long race though, so they can come back. And John's gone off the track.
Yeah, Partners had a terrible start. HLG's well at the back as well, so they've got a lot of catching up to do.
An interesting start to this. As I said, the spray is absolutely ridiculous. Gravedigger is in the lead off camera.
Oh, Scott's
Sorry, I
looking
missed
for a
that.
move here. Oh no, he backs out. So no way you could go in. We want to go side by side from the left and the right chicane the right. And I think Krog's trying to go around the outside of Skyline now.
Indeed he has. So Gravedigger leads with Floodlines in second, Krog. Frantic in third. Atarashi, good start up to fourth. Ahead of Skyline and Krog and Brooklyn Gamer there. A bit of a lock-up for Atarashi as Master Krog dives at the inside of Ryan and a little bit of contact, takes the move. Ryan ducks into the pit. I think he's got damage on his front wing. He does indeed.
No.
So he's inside of the pit. Gravedigger fastest up with a 52.0. That's the very first lap, but a good start.
Yeah, he's had a cracking start for where he was.
Yeah, a few issues further back. I mean, obviously Ryan, aka RGG Skyline, got some damage. I believe Fast part-time was in the war, so Ryan has got a new front wing and fresh tyres. Part-time, I think, is just getting used to the conditions.
Just got off, and he's had to come back on the left-hand side, the left right at the beginning. He's got off, so he's lost plenty of time. People, so many people are touching the curves, look like they're going to fly off. And I don't know, there's going to be a few crashes in this race.
Might be a little bit. So the front three pulling away a little bit. Floodlines keeping. We've got Frantic right there as well.
Master Krog is right at the back of Atarashi. He had to brake so hard then because Luke was going to hit the back of him, but right behind him.
Yeah, already the front three are 4.6 seconds ahead of Atarashi, who's got this other group. Bloodlines sticking to Gravedigger at the moment.
Oh, Patrick was looking down the inside of Master Krog there after he went wide on the grass, so he was trying to get past Atarashi. Now he's got to defend from Patrick.
Everybody's just getting used to the conditions. Master Krog dropped off the back of Atarashi. He's starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. In fact, Master Krog pits.
Maybe he might have touched the
why.
back of Atarashi then. He must have some damage. Surely can't be in already.
It wasn't much damage though, I must say, so it may have been uncomfortable. It's definitely a fresh wet. It wasn't a change of front wing, so I don't know what that was. Why he pitted.
That is strange to me as well. I'm wondering why.
But Floodlines is right up the back of XL Gravedigger for the lead of this race. Frantic is sticking with them a little bit. Just got a few car lengths back.
Well, I think he's being clever at the moment because he doesn't want to be right at the back. He's too tangled and he wants to make sure he's got a good view because he's going to have to swap Floodlines. Oh, Floodlines nearly got off. Oh, wow.
Oh, he touched the grass on the outside. Gravedigger sliding his way through. I think pretty much everybody is not used to this, but Floodline's actually got a much better drive than Gravedigger. This is going to be brave.
Oh.
Gravedigger even about a little bit. He's got to make sure you don't do that too much. Otherwise he will have the wrath of the stewards on him, which are myself and Craig. But, I think everyone's just getting used to these full wet conditions. As I said, very, very different to in the dry. Probably not many have practiced that.
No, that's what I was thinking. Normally people are going to be practicing on the wet tyres, so they need to slow wear the bits so you can push, and some bits you've got to be cautious. And, you know, this is full wets as well, and you touch that curve, you're going off, you're going to hit a wall.
Indeed. Let's on board of Atarash. Got into a river. 5 seconds behind. He's actually keeping a gap. Well, actually, no, he just lost a second on that last lap.
Oh, HOG
Patrick
man's going to try and go around the outside of Patrick here. Oh, no.
Interesting from HOG actually, as Patrick's gone wide onto the curbs and HOG's through. Struggling his conditions. Brooklyn Gamer is going to be on him as well, going down into turn 3. And Patchett heading very heavily on the inside. It's done way too much. Brooklyn Gamer does the cutback. Still going to be side by side. No, he's through. Good move.
And Skyline's just done the fastest lap with 1:41. So he's definitely got pace on his new fresh wet tyres.
If we're not out of this race. Does the track to me look... I mean, it's heavy raining, isn't it? But the puddles aren't a lot.
No, I think it might become intermediate weather.
And fast part-time has spun it.
Ooh.
Part-time has spun it on the back. He's actually a lap down. So fast part-time is not enjoying these conditions at all. The Ferrari at the front, in front of Floodlines, and the Ferrari at the back, a lap down, not enjoying himself at all.
Well, it's only the first race, so hopefully you can get good practice in this wet conditions, and you never know. Anything can happen, so he could crash out, he can still get a point.
Indeed. The top three relatively close to one another. Gravedigger just ahead of Floodlines. In fact, Floodlines is right up to the gearbox, actually. Got a very good turn 1 and 2. Gravedigger defending on the inside. Floodlines again locking up his tyres. Obviously he doesn't run ABS, which in these conditions can be quite difficult to do. And both of them slipping and sliding through. It's ridiculous. Oh, and fast part-time's out. I don't know. Has he retired through terminal damage or?
I would look.
No, actually, hang on.
Doesn't say.
No, that is a manual retirement. Obviously, not enjoying them during the conditions so much that he.
Wow, there's a lot of warnings already.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There could be a few in-game penalties
that
people could have.
Master Croc had a stop-go penalty. No wonder he had to come in.
What did he have that for?
Speed in the pit lane, so he's already had to make 2 pit stops already.
See, that's another thing with this game. It does penalise you for slow down for the pit lane, which you need to get under. There is the option to have a pit lane speed limiter, which you can activate, so you don't go over that time, over the speed. But you can, is that like an option for you, whether you want to have it on or off. This track is weird. It's sunny as well, and it's really weird for weather in this game. And then Floodline's looking for some more puddles on for his wet tyres. The engineer does tell you that when you're on full wets and they're getting too hot, you need to go onto some more water to cool them down.
But for me, I think the race died down a little bit. I don't know on my screen. It might be on yours, but.
Indeed. I tell you what, HLG has got some good pace in this lap, because I think he was he was definitely at the back by the end of lap 1. He's made his way up to 5th. He's coming up to the back of Atarashi. He's 9 seconds behind the lead. He is not out of this race yet. It's HLG.
He had a really bad start, like you said, and he's been able to cut through the field quite easily and catch up to Atarashi. So if he can get past Atarashi quite quickly, I think he'll be able to come into the back of these 3 in no time.
One thing is for certain, we do only have 10 drivers left, so everyone who finishes will get points, regardless of how far they are off. So, see, look again, you look Lions, and it's blazing sunlight. It's definitely weird. I've never seen full wet weather on this game yet, with really black clouds. There's always been sun somewhere. So, see, it's blinding the people, and they've got the blind from the spray. It's really tricky conditions, and really weird conditions, I must say. But
it is weird, especially on the last corner. I can see the reflection of the sun as well. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. Floodline struggling with traction, and he's on the back of Gravedigger. Still stick with him, and Frantique has dropped a few seconds back, maybe on that lap. Wasn't the best. But still with them, and Floodlines has got a good drive, but straight through turn 2, a little bit of traction problems. Not gonna be. He's having a look. He's trying to put Gravedigger under pressure.
He is doing a
Still
good
can't do
defending
it.
role though, Craig. He's doing well to keep the lead. He's not doing anything silly, you know. And he's still taking the lead, and you can't take Frantic's out either. He's just only a couple of seconds behind. But like I said, if these two make a mistake, you can easily get past both of them.
HRG is right up the back of Atarashi now. He's definitely got some pace. He's actually keeping up with the leaders. This is amazing by him. I mean, annoyingly, in the driver draw earlier, a few days ago. Oh, he's on the inside of Atarashi. Oh no, Rashi's lagging, and no, that's taking his car out. Oh, that's unfortunate, but they get back together. It's still 22 laps of this.
I just hope he didn't get any damage out of that.
I don't think he did.
Because I think they touched wheels. I don't think his wing got touched, but it looked like he got through, and then Atarashi's car kind of lagged a bit forwards, and then there's a bit of contact in the full wets. Bit of contact, you're going to be going around.
Yeah, even though the contact system is better. IGD Skyline, as we've seen, has set the fastest lap several times, is now catching up to his team, and of course he had to change his front wing. Joran is behind him as well, not out of this. Master Croc is there, so low end of the points not decided. As Floodlines makes...
Well, I think they're going to have to come into intermediates because that rain is definitely died down now. On my screen, that rain is not as hard as it was. So I think the moment these puddles start disappearing, they're going to be on to intermediates surely.
The track as well, there's less and less puddles as it go around. I mean, the rain on my screen doesn't seem to be easing off, but the track definitely is easing off a bit, and you can tell by the tyres as well. The tyres, you can see, whenever you can see the lines on either the wet tyres or intermediates, the track consistent change, and a grey digger.
I thought Floodlines lost it again there.
Floodlines. It's traction, but he's going to be through. He kept on putting Grey Digger under a lot of pressure for 6 or 7 laps. Grey Digger makes the mistake, and Floodlines is through.
Can Grey Digger get back though or keep up with him? Because if not, I think Floodlines could go off in the distance and take this win.
Okay, but these two are going to keep on under pressure. Frantic's still there. Oh, it's a safety car.
For what though? That's the thing. What's
safety
happened?
car. I don't know what that was for.
Really going to help.
I don't think anybody crashed out.
Out big time. Frantic's coming in the
indeed.
pits.
Frantic pits.
Yeah. See, would you come in now for fresh wet tyres, or do they know it's going to be in a bit? This is. So I mean, we don't know what the weather's going to be, so.
It's weird, isn't it? But let's see what Frantic goes on. He goes on to full wets. He's actually changed his front wing. He must have had some damage, and so yeah, he's changing the front wing and fresh full wet. So that was just damage he had to repair.
Well, that's helped him out then for the safety car. That's helped him out loads.
Maybe the safety car was for debris, possibly. Oh, and that Sauber got just in front of HRG. That was an unsafe release.
Yeah, but the thing is, where did the debris come from though? Because we had fast parts on retire, didn't crash out, so...
Yeah, maybe with the debris from Frantic's front wing, potentially.
Probably. While we've been going around the lap, I physically haven't seen any debris on the track, so... But like I said, this is going to help out Skyline Mastercraft and help everybody out that had a bad start. So it's going to bunch up the field again, and yeah, I don't know how. Safety car's going to be out for about 3 or 4 laps. You know, Gravedigger and Floodline's going to come in for fresh tyres, or that's what I mean. We don't know what's going to happen next.
Let's see. Those positions haven't really changed that much. Floodline's obviously still leading with Grey Digger. Frantic hasn't lost a position through that front wing. Now the one thing I have seen with this safety car is it doesn't allow the field to catch up.
Right.
I don't know if you've noticed that.
I've never had the safety car in the game yet. I've not had it in my career mode. I've not had it online yet. So this is first time I get to see the safety car for 2017. So, but I'll be surprised. I'm surprised they don't let the bunch catch up.
It's only happened a few times. It's happened in Team at Marduk's career mode where he was like half a lap behind, and it didn't let most of the field catch up. There was like 10 or 12 in the queue.
Oh wow!
And there was still like 18 racing. But all the others behind that 12 had pitted for tyres. So, well, Frantique is going to catch up to the top two, as is Rashi, as is HLG. Now, HLG, this has probably helped HLG the most. If you can get past Atarashi, he's got really good pace. The longer it stays on the full wets.
Yeah, he was definitely going as quick as the leaders, or even quicker, while Floodlines was still behind Gravedigger. So, but the problem is he's got to overtake, and that's easier said than done, especially in the wet when the visibility is not that great.
Yeah, that's the difference with 2016. Safety car does come out for excessive debris. Just remember the real life Baku Grand Prix, where I nickname it the Debris Grand Prix. Well, my nan nicknames it the Debris Grand Prix, because every time they restarted, piece of debris, front wing flying, carbon fibre all over the track, and the safety car came out again. And that's what happens in this game actually. So even if you don't initially see the reason, there is a reason. I mean, it's tame, but you can actually get punches from this game with the debris. So,
well, let's hope we don't get that either. Well, everyone up to HLG man is caught up, and Brooklyn Game is not too far behind either. So I feel everybody will catch up to the pack, because I don't think safety cars coming.
Yeah, it depends if you go another lap. Doesn't say that the safety cars go in, and then Floodlines is not backing up the field, so I believe it is going for another lap. Yes, it is.
Well, the indication could be
right.
if the lights are not flashing on the safety car. Well, there's a few people coming in here for the pits.
Who's come in? So
HLG's come in.
you going on intermediates?
No, it's full wet.
No, he's damaged front wing again.
Wow.
Where did he get that from? I completely missed that.
The rest of the accidentally hit the back of Atarashi in the safety car queue. I have no idea.
Again, that is really bad luck, because again he does have some very good pace here. Yeah, we should be back under races. We're already on lap 11.
Really halfway already.
Yeah. And the stream's been going on for 78 minutes.
Oh wow.
I think I might have to put in the description when HLG puts it up on YouTube. Fast forward it to the second attempt, because the first attempt we had to restart.
Yeah, what was it, about 40 odd minutes
it was
we've got to go
literally it's about an hour in. So
I'm interested in what my guy in the Red Bull does now, Master Crom, because he was the quickest in the drive qualifying. He can catch up to the back now.
Safety car is in on this lap.
Oh, I don't think they're going
I
to
believe
catch up.
the lights have gone out. As I said, so is Floodlines going to back the field up? He's not really.
See, I would back them up and then just suddenly just go. Try and catch them out.
He's got to be careful, because the safety car really hasn't gone into the pits yet. Now he's backing them up a little bit. No, we're going to be underway very shortly. And yes, we are underway. And Floodlines leads the way as they all look for some more temperature in these wet tyres, which is still seems to be the way to go. That random person has just left as we go into turn one. There's a pass up the inside. That is Skyline has gone past Brooklyn Game on the restarts. That's a good restart for Ryan. Very good start into P5. So everybody has caught up apart from the unfortunate Master Grog.
Oh no,
Actually, he's there, isn't he? He is
He's
there.
there.
He's just
They're all
a
there.
few pace lengths back.
Yeah, luckily they're all there. They're all in touching distance.
Dave actually has done the best restarts, Flood Lions, but he's almost lost that entire run because he made a mistake there. As Frantique, oh, that was close. He spun it into the side of the wall. These conditions are quite interesting as Ryan is on the inside of Atarashi and he's through.
Well, what it means, well, I'd watch out for Skyline because he's been setting fastest laps, so he could go after the leaders now.
This could be incredible. You can imagine if you use your front wing on the first lap and a complete safety car, and he could be in potential of a podium, maybe even better. As Frantique makes a mistake, Ryan makes a mistake. That fast left and right is brutal now. Gotta be so careful. Yeah, Ryan's in touch with the leaders now. Anything's possible. Still half of this race to go.
Well, I said he's been setting fastest laps, and now he's got a great chance now with the safety car coming in. And I say he's quicker than Frantique and Gravedigger, so he's definitely going to be right at the back of them. Oh, and HLG just gone through.
Right up the inside. That's sneaky. Oh, John's going into the pits anyway.
I think that's had damage again. There's a few people that are getting damaged.
It's not on simulation damage, it is on full, but it's literally just you've got to get used to all the drivers around you. Is he going to go on to intermediates? It can't be intermediates yet. Or is it a drive? Or is it a drive-through? Is he actually pitting? No, it's a drive-through.
Oh wow. And
That was interesting. Patrick's in.
Skyline's at the back of these two already. Frantic is right behind Gravedigger now.
Yeah, Floodlines is gone.
Well,
Floodlines is about 3 seconds up the road from this.
We knew he had the pace. We just got past Gravedigger, we can go. But now Gravedigger's sold up Frantic and Skyline. I think Skyline's quicker out of both of them.
Yes, indeed, but Frantic is looking at the back of Gravedigger to get out to the fast left and right. Yeah, Floodlines is gone and Frantic has made a mistake. Oh, he just keeps on the track, but Ryan is through. Opportunistic from Skyline, he's through into third place, and Frantic, that was very lucky, he didn't lose it massively. All he lost was a podium for now, but Ryan looks very strong here. Crop back up into 5th place as well.
Yeah, for some reason I couldn't find it. I wonder where it was. Yeah, I think Patrick's pitted as well. I think Connor's pitted because they're so far behind.
Fastest lap of the race, there you go.
Oh, it's Skyline's through.
40.4.
Skyline's through, he's up to second now. Now, Paddy Cat, Floodlines.
Wow. Fastest guy on track right now, IGG Skyline. Now, of course, also in this league, you do get a point for the fastest lap, which is currently IGG Skylines at the moment. But the track, I think the track is getting steadily faster. Frantique now is pressuring Gravedigger. For some reason, Gravedigger's tired. Actually, Gravedigger didn't pit, did he?
He did Floodlights either, so all these people that come in the pits are going to have much fresher wet tyres now.
Oh, Frantique! Oh. Again, he's got to be careful in the power through there. And he lost it into the wall. Must have got there in 5th place, rebuilding his race. And yeah, Ryan's gone. Ryan's completely gone and after Floodlines.
Yeah, he's on fresh
struggling
tyres.
On these tyres.
I felt Floodlines and Gravedigger should have come in for pits with fresh tyres, and he's on older tyres, so he's going to be struggling on there.
Yeah, the thing is with this as well, if F1 2017, as Gravedigger goes massively wide, that's going to be 3rd place lost, and it is. Frantic into 3rd, Gravedigger after potentially looking for the winners.
Oh,
and goes wide.
Oh, Skyline's got on the grass.
Even tyres, it's still not brilliant, so Floodlines still leads and actually sets the fastest lap of the race, 40.1. A little bit of pressure, knowing that Ryan's there, and he ups the pace just that little bit more. Now that's another thing. Do you need to pit with full wets if you start them from the beginning?
Depends how good your tyre is. I've never done one yet around this game. And I know tyre is a lot better this year. But maybe he might risk it. But I swear he has not pitted as Skyline has. And I feel that Skyline will have the advantage near the end of the race. Because surely Floodline's tyres will be very worn by the end of it.
I think if I remember rightly, I did look at a race strategy when it was full wet, 50%, and it did tell me to pit once, right in the middle. Same with intermediates, so maybe that is the case.
But then he could be waiting, because like we don't know. It could be intermediate weather right at the end. We just don't know.
The Frantic slipping and sliding through his way. Master Krog is catching up to the back of these guys.
Yeah, I have
Potential
noticed
podium
this.
for this after everything would be quite interesting. HLG again, good solid points. But Ryan is definitely catching up with Floodlines.
What's the gap? Oh, and Master Krog's going down the inside here. Is he going to get him? Yes. Master Krog is up to 4th place now. And Gradigger's coming in.
Gradigger pits.
Yeah, I don't think it's a damaged wing or anything. I just think it needs fresh tyres. And that is a fast lap by Skyline, 1:39.
Yeah, it's definitely all the guys that have pitted have now got the advantage.
Yeah, I think Floodline's going to have to come in. So really, technically, I think Skyline is favourite for this win.
Amazing. Lost the front wing on the very first lap. 15 laps later, he's challenging for the lead.
I know, it's, well,
Amazing how a race can turn with a safety car.
like Murray Walker used to say, anything can happen in F1, it usually does, and this is what's happening right here.
Oh, and Grog's... No, lag.
Oh, what, did he go off on your screen?
Yeah, he went very wide. So HLG's up to 5th, and... Oh my god, how close did he go to the wall on the right?
Oh,
And Brooklyn Gamer has left.
Hopefully he can come back in.
Out. So Gradigger's pitted, he's come out now in 7th place. Goodness me.
Skyline is definitely catching up the Floodlines at quite a bit of a pace as well. Must be going like nearly a
And
second
the spray still indicates that full wets is there.
I just think it's because he's got the much fresher tyres, that's all I can say. Like, because the more water tyres you have in a wet race, the more your car is going to slide and just not grip into the corners.
Yeah, Floodline is desperately searching for some more water. He knows he's going to be under pressure very soon. And again, Ryan just took another 4 attempts out of that final sector. It's going to be a matter of time. But obviously, it's one thing catching someone, it's another thing passing them. It's again another thing that Murray Walker said.
I'd say give it another 2 laps, and I'd say Skyline is going to be right at the back of Floodlines. Give it another 2 laps.
I'll tell you what, driver of the day is going to be quite interesting to pick.
Well, Skyline's definitely got to be right up there for driver of the day, surely.
Yeah, I actually like the look of Frantic as well. He's been keeping out of trouble, always been in that top 3, regardless of what situation it is.
Yeah, he's definitely done well. The David said as well for GP2, well, for the whole ATA league. So yeah, he's definitely impressed me as well.
I mean, Ryan just knows is a calm head. That's why. I mean, to be honest, I've got at least 5 or 6 people, possibly more, that could win the GP2 title. Ryan is one of those because he understands how long a season is. When you have a season-long race, a season-long championship of about 20 races, it's about consistency. It's not about winning one week and then crashing out the next. If you have a bad day, you regroup and do the best you can. He stuck around after he lost his front wing, and now look at him.
Well, yeah, every point counts. We've all known that, racing the leagues. Like, you know you're not going to win every race. If you have a bad start, you just got to try and just focus and just try and pick up as many points as you can, because they're all going to count at the end of the day. I don't think Master Quad's catching up to Franti, so I think the only main battle is going to be Skyline and Floodlines at the moment.
Indeed it is. We've still got 11 laps to go. Getting there eventually.
Yeah, we are getting there.
Definitely been a baptism of fire for most of these drivers. I mean, obviously, first race of the season, most of these are new drivers. You've got to get used to, you know, what space they would give. I mean, obviously, the drivers have been tested in their racecraft and pace and everything else to make sure they're in the right division and they're raceable and everything else. But you need to get used to everyone, used to everyone's characters, because some are more friendly than others, and it's just getting used to that. By race 3 or 4, they get used to it, and the racing would be. I mean, this racing been fine. I mean, we've had battles.
Yeah, it's been a good race. Like, I think there are quite a few people that could win this race, especially when it's dry weather, when we saw the close lap times. And like you said, some people have never raced against some of these new drivers. You've got to understand how aggressive they can be. I'm not saying none of them are dirty or anything, but you've got to see which ones give more space than others. So they're going to learn each race, and give it a few races, they'll be able to know what they're like and battle even more. But watching Skyline right now, I tell you, he's going to...
Oh, Floodline sliding, drifting even out of turn 2. He's now got the gap to under a second. He's definitely now putting Floodlines under pressure. And it's one of those things now, Floodlines pits, he's going to be behind Gravedigger, who is down in 6th place at the moment. So, no, Gravedigger's in 7th actually. So, Floodlines is at the point where he's got to carry on. We're at the point of no return.
Yeah, he can't pit now, he's going to lose too many positions.
And he won't gain that back in time, even with ultra fresh wets. But now let's have a look further down. Frantic still in 3rd, still 7 seconds behind. He's keeping that gap stable. Master Grog is 2 seconds behind. That could be a battle close on. HLG in
really
5th
been
place at the
closing
moment.
up on him though, so they're kind of static as well.
He's still there though. If Frantic makes a mistake, that podium is still there. HLD in 5th, I mean he would probably take that considering everything. Atarashi in 6th, good points for Salva, yay. Gravedigger, 7th. Just got caught up by the safety car really, just didn't pit under it and he's paying the price. Going in 8th, and Patrick in 9th, picking up the 2 points. Brooklyn Gamer unfortunately lagged out, his car's still going round.
Ahas,
And
the only
Floodline's
guys
still-
that have got 2 drivers in the race.
Yes indeed.
So it's going to be good for the constructors for
One's
them.
in 2nd, one in 9th. Which I believe wouldn't be enough actually, because I think McLaren would take the very early lead with 25 points.
Yeah, just
My
about.
maths are correct, yeah. Haas will be on 20.
But if Ryan gets past and takes the lead, it'd be even better for Haas, and they'll be leading the constructors.
Yeah, as we said though, he's caught up to him, but now Floodlines has noticed that Ryan is right behind him. He's now picked up the pace and is now matching him, and I think Ryan also in that dirty air, which is going to be a thing in this game, especially in wet weather.
Well, especially for this game as well, the slipstream is not OP like it was in the last game. And yeah, it is worse, just like the real F1. So when you get to about a second behind the car in front, your car is going to understeer or oversteer and not drive as well. So it's going to take him, he's going to have to wait for Floodlights, I think, to make a mistake. But I haven't seen Floodlights make a mistake yet, so he's just going to have to be patient.
Floodlines to me looks a very, very assured driver. So I didn't even think of Floodlines actually. I should have realised that he was in the first season in 2016. He seems to know when to do it. I mean, look, he's even every time on the front straight, he's going to where the puddles are. He's keeping those tyres as cool as possible, and if he does this without pitting, it'd be quite interesting.
Well, I thought Floodlines
considering
would have been one of
Gravedigger
the
had to.
drivers up there. Yeah, I thought Floodlines would be one of their challenging championship because I was really impressed with his pace when he come through for the last few races at the end of the season. So I'm not surprised he's up there in the league.
Indeed, and obviously he bided his time against Gravedigger in the early starts. Pushed Gravedigger into a mistake. Coming up to this corner actually and just dive through. Clean manoeuvre as well and managed the safety car quite well. His restart was really, really good.
Yeah, he pulled away from Gravedigger and then it helped Floodlines out with Gravedigger holding everybody up because he was just really struggling with those tyres, or unless he did have damage, but I swear I did not see him having damage anywhere.
I mean, obviously the results may change, bearing in mind, because if guys have penalties, then that could change the order. Hopefully that isn't the case.
I'm actually going to have a look now if anybody's got penalties.
Yeah, it might be an idea.
Well, Floodlines has only got one warning. Oh dear.
Is this whether they have penalties or not?
Skyline has 2 penalties.
Oh, okay, that changes everything.
So yeah, Floodlines is right in the driving seat. Yeah, 2 penalties for Skyline, so you should have 6 seconds worth of penalties.
I mean,
Mantica's got a
6
penalty.
seconds.
Oh, well.
Mantique has one.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, Mastercroft's got 2.
Well, I hate it when a race has to be decided on penalties, but it's just the way it goes. You don't corner cut on in-game and in league racing.
I know it's annoying, but I think it's fair as well because if the guy is corner cutting, then he is gaining advantage as well, gaining time when the other guy's actually sticking to the track. So I do think it's fair, unless it isn't real bad. Like, it should not be a corner cut. Hopefully they record. So really, Skyline's got to get past Floodlines and then try and pull a 6-second gap, and I can't see that happening. So as long as Floodlines keeps it on the track and doesn't damage his wing or anything, I can't see him losing his win.
It is unfortunate though, isn't it? Because you don't want a race to be decided on penalties. You don't want championships to be decided. But,
no.
Still fighting, Ryan. I mean, obviously there is the stewards are here, me and Craig. If you do have a penalty that you believe is not worthy enough, then you can send video evidence. As long as you record it, that's pretty much the rule. I mean, obviously we try our best to see everything, but if you have a penalty, as Floodline's going very wide, he's definitely struggling.
That's what I mean.
To keep up the pace.
Skyline's got the advantage now because his tyres will get really worn in his last few laps, and that's why I feel if Skyline can get past, I feel he might be able to make that 6-second gap work unless he doesn't get any more penalties.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If you're rushing trying to get a second gap, because he probably knows he's got a penalty.
Floodlines is only on 1 warning as well. That's a really good achievement. So. And surely Jeff has told him that Skyline's got at least 1 penalty. Floodlines is only 1 warning away from his first penalty.
Oh, he's gone very, very wide for that corner. Ryan's going to have a massive chance here. Let me run up his gearbox. He didn't exactly get the best drive out of there, but Floodline's made he's definitely losing grip and traction as well. Oh, sideways! Nearly losing it altogether. But Ryan's going to be here. Let's see what I can do. Trying to go on the outside. Floodline's placing his car very well. He's going to make this McLaren Honda as wide as possible. Again, through the spray, Ryan. I believe he didn't win a race last season, so he could win his first ATA race if he can get by. But of course, he does have that penalty. I'm forgetting that he does.
Well, the lap's running out
Still
for
got a
him.
race.
He's got to get past him now, really.
Yeah, because if he gets past now, he's got to pull away a second lap, which I believe he could do. Floodlights is just struggling so much. Ryan's really just got to wait for a mistake to happen. A little further down, I haven't seen Master Krug still behind Frantique. Still has to wait for a mistake really to happen.
Yeah.
HG, I think
All
is
the rest
settling
are
down
pretty
for
spread out.
5th. Yeah, the rest are still the same, so it's definitely the battle for the lead. Potentially for the win. Now, as much as I like wet weather, I'm going to admit that straight away. I don't want it to rain tomorrow. Really do not.
Well, I'm going to agree with you. I hope it don't rain tomorrow because I've done no wet practice. And so I will not look forward to that. So fingers crossed it will be a dry race.
I have done wet practice around Australia before, but that was in my Season 2 career mode race. And yeah, it was quite interesting actually. I think the thing is with wet weather, it's a lot more realistic than previous games. I mean, F1 2014, for example, the wet weather was actually quite easy to drive.
Yeah, I agree.
But in this, it's more realistic. The times are a lot more slower because it's the traction of the tyres. They struggle to get any grip on the road, no matter what traction control you want, actually.
Yeah, you've got to take it easy.
I think Ryan has just arrived at the wall of trying to get past flood lines here because... Oh, now Trashy's left the session. No!
Oh no!
No! 4 laps on the end.
Will you get points for that?
I think you get half points from where he was, which was 7th. So that's...
Well, it's better than nothing because...
that's 3 points.
Because, remember, he left in qualifying for the first time, so he, you know, he's ended up better than it could have been.
Indeed, he's jumped back in. I think he may be able to retake his car.
He should do.
Could be able to, because fortunately he's joined back in, so maybe he can get those full 6 points. I mean, 7. I don't think Ryan's gonna win this race now because he's definitely not really gonna get the gap in 3 laps if he makes his way. He's even dropping back a little bit now.
Yeah, I was gonna say front lines have pulled away a bit now.
Still drifting his way out of turn 2. I'm amazed.
But
I mean, you can do it with a no stop on full wets. It is possible. As you said, he's got to keep the tyres warm, tyres cool, which is what he's doing.
But if you asked Skyline, would you be happy with second after one at the start of the race? I think he would take it.
He would. He would very much take it. I think everyone would take wherever they finish. It's been a long haul. The stream has gone on for 104 minutes.
Oh wow!
Interesting. It's ridiculous, but they've been in for the long haul and it has not run smoothly. We will admit that. It has not run smoothly at all, but many leagues, especially fresh ones when they start out. And we're not completely new. We've had a season on F1 2016, but this is a new game. People getting used to the Java. I mean, they've had a few weeks, obviously, to practice with the game, and they will get better. And minimal patches are coming out on the Xbox One to minimize a few minor problems that are hampering a little bit.
Well, it's the first race of the season, and all you want to do is score your first points of the season, because the longer that takes, the more nervous and more agitated you're going to get. So everybody's going to get a point, so they're going to get first points on the board. And Australia is not the easiest track to overtake on. when you've got the likes of China and Bahrain coming up next, you're gonna have a lot more better chances. And it's wet as well, so at the end of the day, I would be happy to just finish the race and just get some solid points for yourself and the team, and then just focus on the next race.
Which hopefully will be dry.
Hopefully, yeah.
But then again, the next race is China, which has more of a chance of rain than this track, as floodlines is sideways. Oh my goodness me. Ryan is back on him, and he's on the inside, and all the room was very, very minimal. I think floodlines were just sliding sideways. Rather, I don't think he was trying to force Skyline off purposely. I think that was just by accident, just sliding around that corner.
I'd love to know
my God, he nearly lost it completely.
I'd love to know what Floodline's tyre wear is on now. It's got to be around, what, 50-60% area now, surely?
I think it might be more than that.
I don't know how good his
He's
tyre
really,
is,
every corner he's sliding now.
Yeah, he looks like he's driving a rally car now instead of an F1 car, drifting everywhere.
Right, so Ryan's just got to stay calm, really. I mean, even if he... It's one of those things where you try and go maneuver, damage your front wing, and then that podium is definitely lost with the penalty that he has. And again, Floodline's looking for the puddles on the front straight. Ryan looking for the slipstream. 2 laps to go now, lap 28 or 29. Thank you for the one viewer that has joined us in the stream. It's great, but Skyline looking as they go through turn 3 now. Catching up to Brooklyn Gamer, who unfortunately disconnected when he probably would have got a point with 10 drivers left in this race.
Oh, I've just noticed that
Master
Croc is right at the back of Fatigue as well now. So there's a battle for first and a battle for third. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's right.
I'm going to keep an eye on the battle for the lead, obviously, because I have the one with the camera. It's wonderful to have as the power. As Ryan, oh my God! Well, that was a lunge. I don't know whether that was a miss.
Did he make it?
Brakes or something. He definitely made it. No contact was made. So close. It looked like that was either a dive or a lock up of brakes or completely lost concentration. Either way, it was very close. And they're coming up to go past the disconnected Brooklyn. We'll be back for China. I know all these drivers will be back obviously for next week in
And
GP2.
hopefully
we
we'll
have the F1
other
division
drivers as well. That couldn't make it
Of course,
tonight.
we have the of course we have the F1 division tomorrow. And we might even see a few of these drivers that are reserving for F1. Hopefully we get a full lobby. But we're now onto the final lap of this race. I think front lines, as long as he just keeps on it.
Oh!
He's gone off!
What? Has he got a punch? Is he out?
What's happened?
What is going on? He's been disqualified.
Oh no.
What is going on here? Rantish has been disqualified. Everybody's been disqualified since Skyline. Oh God, what's going to happen now? I have not seen this before.
I have not seen this before either. Wow, I do apologise, guys, but
surely they're going to have to count back from lap 28 then, surely.
I think they do.
Yeah, everybody's
Ryan's got a puncher.
Has he?
Ryan's got a puncher, I have no idea how.
I thought we got rid of this
line,
disqualification bug.
They did.
Oh, and Skyline's gone round,
Ryan's
hit the wall.
Ryan's gone round. Yeah, I think they are going to cut it back to lap 28, which will be the race result. That is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate to see. I think it's because people joined and left, which was the glitch before, and they had fixed it. They had fixed it.
Normally when the race actually finishes, but it's a lap before.
That was a lap before.
Yeah.
It's weirdly, that is a weird one. It's such a shame. Such a shame, and obviously this will go up on YouTube, and I hope Codemasters you are going to watch this. It's unfortunate, you know. We just won a league race, or racing this game. We like it, but it's so frustrating when this happens.
So yeah, now we've got to worry that it might happen to us tomorrow as well.
Indeed, I think the solution, although it seems harsh, is you got to lock the lobby down, so people don't sort of join back in. But Ryan's going to cross the line, and we will have a race result eventually. But
that's weird though, because
apologies,
Skyline was
guys.
the only one that didn't get disqualified.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's the race host, so it could be that.
Well, actually, Hatarashi still go around, so he didn't get disqualified either.
He's a lap down, I believe.
No, he's not a lap down. He's just over a minute behind. He didn't get lapped. So that's weird. Skyline and Hatarashi don't get disqualified, but everybody else does. That is weird.
Ryan's telling me to invite him to a party.
Then you know the three people before.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
that's what we thought.
Right, so
Yeah.
you're going a lap back. Frantique apparently got disqualified for not putting on slicks.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That is a weird one. My sound's gone.
Wow, I've not seen that one
That
yet.
is a new one.
I know roughly who the other two
Failed
people
to
were.
use required tire compound. It wasn't dry, was it?
No,
No.
it rained the whole race.
Not at all.
That is a new one. That is a well. I don't know what to say. I really do not.
It's been an
But
interesting race.
it will take. Yeah, we'll take a lap back. So that was. You guys had penalties, right? You had a penalty as well. So
We're ignoring penalties.
but
this
you would have
race.
got
Just for
second.
this race, we're ignoring penalties.
No, you do. You're the airport warning.
But
Oh my word, that's frustrating. That is.
I'm trusting people to tell me what position they're in. So hopefully no one.
Well, we pretty much got it.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
we
you
know
got
it's
first, mate,
Bloodline, Skyline, Frontish first, Croc 4th, HLG 5th, Atarashi 6th, Gravedigger 7th.
Well, we're gonna do an interview, so get Fenty. Okay, no worries.
I'll be here next week. Next session.
Yeah, hopefully get this fixed. I believe they are. They're getting another patch out. So
Alpha BC already.
PC and PS4 waiting for Microsoft to accept.
So if you're available to do a quick interview, Floodlines, you go first, man, and we'll just do a quick one if you want.
Right, it's not a problem. Alright, no worries. Frantique, why are you not joining?
He's got no mic anyway, so.
Oh, for God's sake.
You have to interview right.
Right, invite Master Krog then. Say what he has to say about 4th.
Recent players, let me just do it. Go. Yeah.
Yes, and there's a YouTube channel as well, which this will go up. God, I gotta mention to HLG to say in the description to skip the first attempt. Is that really interesting? Because we were an hour in, Ryan, until we started it properly. Lol. Can you put a tick next to your name, please, so the stream can hear you?
Good evening, everyone.
Right, so I'm just gonna message what's his name? Frantique. I want to know his thoughts.
Floodlines, you still there?
Yeah.
Well done today, man.
Yeah, good race. It's going to be a good season. There's some good guys in here.
Yeah, just hopefully they can fix that. But I mean, obviously they fixed the disqualification glitch from people joining and leaving. Because I thought it was that, but then if you get disqualified for not using slick tyres.
Yeah, that was. I came over lap 27 and thought, what? What is going on?
I have to say when we was. I have to say when we were spectating. The rain and the track definitely looked a bit weird.
It wasn't.
Was that the same for you?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a full rain. I don't think.
The thing is, when I set up the lobby, I set the lobby up to be dry. I put it on clear weather. I distinctively remember.
No, it's on
putting it
dynamic.
clear.
Yeah, you had it on dynamic. You had it on dynamic.
Was it on dynamic?
So-
Oh shit. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you
The
go.
rule is, if you have to go on wets or inters at any point in the race, you don't have to use both slicks.
No, you don't.
But
no,
I'm
you
pretty
did
sure
have
this
it on,
glitch appeared in
dynamic.
2016 as well. The tyre compounds glitch.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that before. We never had that problem.
No, I've never seen it in a wet race. I've seen it in a dry race, but never in a wet.
All right, let's get these underway. I've just asked Frantique. Oh, Frantique, you're here. Well, obviously, if you don't have a mic, just message me your thoughts on this for the stream. So, Floodlines, I'm just going to say well done for your very first race win, I believe it is, in ATA. Obviously, start of the new season, but well done for you. 25 points go your way. So, IGD Skyline, second place for yourself, and oh my goodness, obviously losing the front wing on the first lap. Do you think after that incident that you would come home with second place?
Well, no, I didn't expect to get second. I didn't expect to get on the podium. Not by a long shot, but I saw my pace compared to everyone else's, and I was like, "What the hell? I'm going quick compared to everyone else around me here." But the one thing that helped me is, well, strangely enough, my own teammate crashed into a wall and brought out the safety car. And I was like, if I can keep up this pace
Oh, that's
when
what
the
it
safety car
was.
goes in, yeah, he crashed into a wall and got a debut on the track.
I thought it was debris. I thought it was from Frantique losing his front wing, but
I don't know. But when the safety car came out, I was like, if I can keep this similar sort Anyway, as I was saying before I started connecting, safety car's been a bit of an SOB to say the least. And like, it was just going round quicker than we could drive at some point. So it was like, what the
I
fuck?
completely agree with you on that.
Interesting.
HOG, put beep over that, mate.
All right. But yeah, obviously it was a long race, and just getting home with a podium, good solid start. And
We've also
I'm
got
gonna-
fastest lap of the race as well, so that's 19 points. Not going to complain.
Yes, you did. Okay, while I read the message from Frantique, Craig, I'll pass it over to you so you can interview your teammate, I guess, or team, whatever you call it, on his fourth place.
Well, I was very happy you got pole position in the original qualifying, and I felt sorry for you that you got to validate that for second one. But
Yeah.
how did you feel your race went in the wet?
It started well. I was relatively on pace, and then I made a bizarre. I locked up front left, I think, and lost my front wing. It obviously lost it. Went red. So I thought, all right, I'll pit. I come into the pits, and it doesn't replace it. So I've effectively thrown 25 seconds down the toilet and picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
Yeah, it's alright.
So after that, I thought I did a couple of laps on the damage and thought this isn't too bad, and just thought right, I'll pit, see what my pace is with a new wing, and see what we can do. Pitted with a new wing, actually came close to retiring. I thought this isn't going to work. No, and then the safety car came out as I left the pits, and then I just drove like hell to catch up with it. But I think I drove a bit too, because its pace was so quick round the track. It was I just couldn't catch up with it. If I was to do it again, I burnt off bit too much fuel, which then later on in the race in the battle with Frantique, which was fantastic, I just didn't have the fuel to get past him. I was constantly switching between lean, rich, and standard. But no, it was a good race. It's a shame about the couple of bugs and stuff that were in there, but no, it was a good race. Good way to start the season. First pole as well, so happy with that one.
Yeah, like I'm trying not to be biased, but I was cheering you on throughout the whole time. Just, my Red Bull team owner. So yeah, I was very happy with the whole position, and I thought, oh great, now I've got to do it all over again.
I was really pleased with the lap. It was a good lap.
Here's what
Hopefully,
record I want to point out
get
for
them a pole.
the standings wise is Master Krog does get the point for pole because he did it in the actual qualifying itself, so he does get the
that's good,
bonus point.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of worried about, but no, it was a good race.
So
Enjoyed that.
So just to make everybody who's going to be watching this race back on all the viewers that are on the stream, thank you if you had joined and back in. I don't know whether you're new or not because I don't see who it is. But just to make everybody aware, we did take the result from a lap back, so it is Floodlines with the victory, IGG Skyline second, Frantique third, fourth will be Master Grog, fifth HLG sixth, Extra Grey Digger, seventh Atarashi, seventh is Joran, Atarashi is eighth, and Patrick will be ninth place. Fastest lap did, as Ryan said, go to IGD Skyline. Just to make everybody aware, I got a message from Frantique actually, saying he is great result considering he only had a dry setup on. Interesting. He ended up using his Monaco one.
Oh, wow.
Which has still got high error anyway, so it would have still worked in the wet weather.
That's good thinking.
Had a bit of a bad start, damaged his wing, but the safety car helped most people actually. He also noted a great drive from Master Grog, had me pressured for over half the race. So yes, he noted
I applaud that.
That
Good battle. Very good battle.
Indeed. And it was good battles across the entirety of the race. It wasn't without its issues and its problems, and hopefully they will be fixed. Apparently a patch is coming out, but that's definitely a weird one. But yes, that is the first race of the season in ATA and GP2. Obviously the next race will be, there it is, the Chinese Grand Prix. More wet weather, potentially. So
no,
it could
please
be quite
no.
interesting. Indeed. So, but of course, before that, we stick to Australia. Got the F1 division tomorrow night, where you'll see myself, Craig Senna, known as Fury, who looks ridiculously quick, KS Outgoing, of course, the previous champion BST Digital. Can he retain his crown, or will somebody else take it? And of course, the new drivers will be there as well. Maybe you see a few GP2, because they are available to race in F1 if they would like to, and if they can. So that's available for them. But before we end this very long stream, which has gone on for 2 hours, Craig, any final words? We'll take a deep breath first.
Quite glad this first race is over now after 2 hours. I didn't think it was ever going to end, to be honest. And a very good race. There's definitely a good few people that could win races this year and challenge for the title. My driver of the day is Skyline for coming from the back and getting second. Still gutted about the glitch because I was hoping Master Croc was going to go on from pole and win the race, but hopefully that can happen next week. But yeah, overall it's been a very good start to the GP2 season.
Yes, indeed. My driver of the day also goes to IGD Skyline, so well done. You get the first reward for that. So,
Where's my medal?
So yes, that I'll make you a medal and I'll send you it. So
Thank you.
that is the end of the GP2 round 1 of Australia. Who will be the victor by the end, by the time we get to that circuit at Abu Dhabi? I'm just flicking through all the times, thinking of all the tracks, just giving you through there. But yes, join us tomorrow, where HLG and Fast Part-Time, and maybe IDD Skyline, will take you through the F1 division. 7 o'clock race start. So from everyone here at ATA Racing, see you tomorrow night.
Bye.
Bye.